It is January 2 of 2020. This video is a little documentation as to how the truck port was being built. If you notice on the trusses that are overhead that there's a bird's mouth cut on the outside, on top of the beam. Now when I go to the other side, the gable that is created, these beams actually, you can see that there's about 3 inches of the bottom cord sticking out beyond the cantilever beam, and I've already given you the dimensions, so you should be in pretty good shape. There's a good example of what the fascia tail cut looks like. Well, fascia, how the two fascia align, since this is a 2x8 top piece, and 2x8 of course not on slope, but I also do take I cut an angle 4/12 pitch on the top of every piece of fascia that is the downside slope, not of course the gable, because the gable is flat at the very top. But anyway, so in doing so, I take off the very minimal amount of wood that I can in order to get the 4/12 pitch so that it sits right up underneath the plywood. I think if you take a very look at the plywood right here, you'll recognize that the plywood actually sits on top of the fascia. Anyway, one last thing, I am going to document how much height I have below each window. And you know what, now that I'm looking at it, maybe by the time I'm done with all my trim, maybe that is exactly where, oh, you can't see anything yet. I haven't cut anything out. I am not planning on cutting any of the window openings. My framer got started on this one, and since we needed to do a lot of roofing, I actually ended up finishing the work, and that way we can crawl out the window in order to work on the roof. Now, this is visually how much space we have on the top, between the bottom roof and the top roof. I'm gonna go up and measure it, send you a quick email.